The Jersey City Board of Education has passed its 2015-2016 school budget with a total of $667 million and a tax levy of $112 million. State aid will remain the same at $420 million. While there will be no layoffs next year, there is an increase of 2% in tax levy, which will generate a total revenue of over $2 million. Business Administrator Luigi Campana explained that one of the greatest increases in expenditure they are facing this year is the enrollment for Jersey City charter schools, which is at $5.1 million. Although the district also has received an increase in enrollment, the difference is that they are not facing or receiving any additional funds for any additional enrollments from year to year.
Expenditures, what has increased in terms of cost for the district? $5.1 million more for charter schools. Their enrollment has increased a little bit over 650 for the next coming year. And so they will have an additional $5.1 million. And last year they received an additional $1.8 million because they had increases. Now mind you, it doesn't mean that our school district hasn't seen an increase in enrollment. Yes, we have. We've seen increases in a couple of hundreds on a yearly basis. But we're not getting any additional funding for any of the additional enrollments that we're showing from year to year.
Education activist Riaz Waheed challenged the board to revisit these numbers and also encouraged the board to ask the state for more money.
You quote less on the Title I, Title II, Title III and IDEA money, right? And even the IDEA money, Patterson is getting more compared to, like everybody, other districts. I don't know how it is possible. Anyway, now you quote less, then as the aid comes more, you shift the numbers, and then you started playing the game of reallocation, and end of the year, you will find $1 million, $1.8 million to pay for source for teachers, just like that. We go through the pain of tax increase. You should be negotiating with the state to give us more money, right? Why can't you get more money from the state? And if you are performing, things are improving, the state is telling you to pay more money to charter schools, $5 million. Right? Why can't the state tell the same state to give us also more money? Because we are also increasing our strength here. The charter school, they have put advertisements on the poles. Enroll, it's the best school to enroll. What are we doing as a public school? Why don't we get those population to study in the public schools? Why not? Right? We don't do anything. That's why our money is, like $2.2 million tax increase and $5 million is going to charter schools.
Dr. Marcia Lyles did explain that they certainly do, as a board, appeal for additional funding.
And I would encourage all citizens of Jersey City to go to Trenton. We certainly do, as a board and as a district, appeal for additional funding. However, we are 10 strong. And I think that part of this is around the citizens who are concerned about the allocation to the schools. We agree that the funding, the charter schools, their advocacy seems to be stronger, but I really urge and encourage all people to participate in that.
Board member Lorenzo Richardson echoed Mr. Waheed's concern and motioned to amend the budget to $665 million.
I think that there's a big problem in the area of contracted services, and to Mr. Waheed's point, I think that we could probably find somewhere where we can at least maybe not allow for a tax increase for the residents of Jersey City, and if we were to decrease the budget by that 2.199238 to $665,056,846, I think not only will the taxpayers appreciate it, but we could also appreciate the fact that we don't have to continue to throw money at these contracted services, which I think are really burning a hole in our budget. I think that we should amend this budget without the city tax increase on the taxpayers and approve it for $665 million $56,846.
Richardson's motion was not seconded by any board member, but Sangeeta Renate did agree with him.
I agree with Mr. Richardson that we should be looking at this budget more carefully to identify ways to save money. I think the way we do that is at every meeting, as every expenditure is made, that we have these conversations about what our priorities are as a board. It's really difficult when we get to this stage. And the budget's been approved by the state, the money's been allocated for how we want to spend it over the year, to then say, well, we don't need such and such service. So these are the kinds of conversations we need to have on an ongoing basis. But I think over the last year, this budget is a result of also how we spent the money over the last year, and some decisions that the board has made in the last couple meetings that will affect the way our spend is moving forward. And I think we can't look at those things in isolation.
I do agree that we will continue to take a look at how we can be a leaner, meaner machine.
I'm Jeanette Jozu, Hudson County View, the eye of the community.